To James Carafano right now of the Heritage Foundation, foreign policy expert. James, if you think of China and how much its economy and strength, even its military prowess, has been built on the financial deals it has had with all these Western nations, whether it likes them or not, that's their bread and butter. Why would they risk compromising that, seeing the same kind of sanctions that Russia has, to join this fight, and a fight we're told that they really kind of wince at in the performance of Vladimir Putin in general?
Yeah, so I think you're asking the wrong question. It's like, what would they risk? The Chinese don't want to risk anything. Here's the two things that we think we know for sure. One is the last thing China wants is to see Russia humiliated. Russia is their stalking horse in Europe. They were looking to Russia to drive a weakened and divided and distracted Europe that would actually be a better target for China. So Russia is doing their work for them. They would hate to see that be dramatically reserved. The other thing is, look, China will do anything it can for Russia that it can't be held accountable for. So you better believe whatever they do, they will try to disguise it in a way not to give people a clear shot at them. Here's the problem with everything I've just heard from everybody who just said, well, we might do this. This is the Russians and the Chinese and the Iranians. They react to what we do, not what we say. If you want to get their attention, you have to do something to them. If we really wanted to prevent China from aiding Russia, we would have hammered them at the start of the war and held them accountable, and then they would have to come back to us and beg for relief. Threatening them just signals to them either, should I ignore this, or how can I work around this, or how can I make sure my defenses are good so I can survive this? This is statecraft malfeasance.
Well, James, we were late to the party in enacting a lot of those sanctions very, very early on. But it is what it is. And now China can see the sweeping sanctions and financial measures taken. Do you think they look at that and say, that's one thing we don't want? That's one thing, whether we're being overt about the aid and the help, buying Russian oil, after sanctions kick in, but certainly nothing so overt to trigger the same response, because it's one thing to hit Russia that way. For China, it's quite another. What do you think?
Yeah, but what you've just done is signal to them a problem to work their way around. So they can hide it. They can go to countries now and threaten them and say, if you go along with the Americans, we will hammer you this. They can go and bribe people. So the point is by just saying I might do something, you are telegraphing to the enemy exactly what they know that they have to work around.
So how would China do that? Just to be clear, how would China do that? In other words, how would it would try to find a third-party way to get weapons or military help? It's already acknowledged, I guess, and you're the expert, that they're going to make up or try to make up for a lot of the loss of oil customers Russia's going to have. It can't come close to losing the world as it stands.
Right.
But how will China play this?
Right. So the first thing they will do is they will do everything possible under the table so it's not readily apparent. And then if it is done, they will deny it to give people plausible deniability, not to make the hard decisions to sanction them. Then the other thing they're going to do is they're going to run around, they're going to talk to countries through the back door, and they're going to threaten them that if they go along with the United States, that they will be repercussions for this. Because the one thing the Chinese are still banking on is that the world has a short memory. And once they get through this very painful experience with the Ukraine, that the United States and the West will just go back to doing business with China and sleepwalk through history. And they just want to remind people that after all this stuff's off the front pages, they will still be there. So they've got a lot of cards to play. And every time we let them decide what to do and then we react to that, you're violating the first rule of warfare, which is make your enemy respond to you, not the other way around.
Well put, James Carafano. Thank you very much, my friend.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.